All right, so let me start by thanking everybody for being here. I know it's the first day of, I believe, hunting season, right? That's why we're missing some people. And then I think football is still going, right? So, so some people will be here later, and then we'll send out kind of the presentation Monday in the email. That way you have it, right? So this is an opportunity for us to get together as an organization. Typically we do this before the start of a season, but because of obviously the Harvey situation and trying to scramble with schedules and trying to be also thoughtful of people, you know, that are going through tough times in the area and other people helping their friends and neighbors and family, we decided to put it off until the first week of October, right? So appreciate your patience on that. I just want to go over a couple things today with regards to updates with the program, schedules. I know I've gotten some emails about schedules for the rest of the fall season. Classes that we run here at the Academy, updates on that. I want to cover some of our expectations, you know, from where we see and how we approach our players on a weekly basis and our strategy behind it. And then also, this is an opportunity for us to kind of speak directly to the parents on, you know, our philosophy and why we expect certain, you know, things out of our parents, right? Which in the last year and a half that we've been doing this, you know, I can confidently say that we have the best parents that I've seen, right, in any of the organizations, right? And part of that is because I think we've built a level of trust between our staff and the parents, right, season to season. And with that, I can tell you some of the things I'm going to tell you today on, you know, kind of what we expect from you in supporting the program, and more importantly, your son while he's with us, right, on a daily and weekly basis, okay? Also like to introduce, if you haven't met him, Paul, he's standing in the back there. So with our developments recently as an organization, we are now partnered, as you see, going on around you on a daily basis when you come in, but then also moving forward to the big complex and around the country as we move both nationally and internationally, are our Performance Lab and Innovative Sports Medicine, right? So our companies have joined together, and with that, I have taken another role as kind of overseeing the operation of all three groups here in Katy. So I'm still involved in the baseball, but I need somebody to kind of solely focus on the baseball operations. So we've designated Paul as that person, right? A little bit about Paul, Northeast guy. We got a lot of those, right? Don't hold that against us. Played Division I, pitched in college. But more importantly about Paul, which I think is super impressive, is that he was a head coach at the college level for multiple years. So he ran his own college program. Everything from budget to players to recruiting, dealing with athletic directors, right? All that stuff. So he is an invaluable piece to our organization as he drives the operation and also oversees with Rich, our high school players getting ready to go to college, right? Because he's been on that side, along with Derek as well, right? So being head of recruiting, scouting, all that stuff, and then obviously the financial background to run a college program, Paul is a perfect fit. Okay, so I'd like to congratulate him on his new role. Okay. First thing I want to start with is kind of understanding why everybody's here. If you've been in our program, you've heard this before. The number one reason, and in our minds, the only reason of why your son is in our program should be to get him better. That's it. That's all it should be about, right? As I mentioned when you came to tryouts, and if you were with us, I talked about monthly meetings last year. We are not about winning trophies at 12 and 13U level, or having your son be the best that he can be at the 10, 11, 12, 13, 14U level. That's not what we're about, right? So we're about preparing them to win trophies at the high school, college, and professional level. That's it, right? The only way they can do that is by putting in the work, having support, and then obviously taking in the resources that are around them with our coaching, or if you go to somebody else for instruction, or as they move through their career, they're going to have other coaches that they should go to pull valuable pieces from, right? And make decisions on their own about what works for them, because every player is different, okay? So first and foremost, the number one reason why you should be here is to get your son better, okay? I wanted to touch on the fall approach. We've had some new players, and I'm very, transparent and objective. So we've had some new players to our organization, 2 of which have already left because they didn't catch the majority of the innings in a Sunday doubleheader. They didn't bat fourth, right? Again, that's not us. Which is a tough transition for some people that have come from other places where certain kids always play short, certain kids always pitch, certain kids always catch, right? Or what have you. So our fall approach, at least during the doubleheader period, is to move guys around, not little league style, where you just rotate everybody through so everybody gets a chance to play every position. It's not our philosophy. But our philosophy is to start exposing guys to different positions because it will help them down the road, right? And again, in the fall doubleheader, when it comes to pitching and catching, this is really our time to figure out, before we start tournaments later this fall and we move into spring, what guys can and can't do in those key positions, right? Because as you know, being in the baseball area, pitching and catching are the premium, right? And being able to be competitive, okay? So, fall approach is we're moving guys around. We're going to teach them situations. We put certain guys in situations where they may not be comfortable, but in our opinion, that's going to help them in their development down the road, okay? Schedule for the fall, again, a lot of questions if we have the rest of the fall schedule mapped out. We have the Sunday doubleheader schedule finally for the rest of the fall. We were supposed to play every other Sunday. But then when Harvey hit and the fields and their league and everything else, they told us we were going to play back-to-back and then have a week off. Well, your teams are playing again tomorrow, right? For the 3rd weekend in a row. So now that we have that lined out this week, we'll be sending out the rest of the fall doubleheader schedule and then your tentative tournament dates for the rest of the fall. Okay, so that'll be coming this week. So I know you guys need to start planning, the rest of October and then November, right? So we will have that out to you this week. Okay. One of the things that we've added to the facility, if you're not aware, is HitTracks. Does everybody know what HitTracks is? If you don't, please raise your hand. Okay. So HitTracks, here's a little handful here. So HitTracks is a system that is designed to deliver the most current data analysis for players to get better, right? And it started as, obviously by the name, as a hitting, right? As a hitting device. So what it is, it's a system that we have set up in the cage. It's a very expensive system, but it basically will tell a player every swing, your exit velocity off the bat, your launch angle, your distance. It'll show the kids in any major league stadium the ball traveling, right? We can pair the video of every swing with it. We can save it to the cloud. We can track their increase in performance. We can analyze their mechanics and make adjustments and really tie that to how it translates to raw data on the field, right? Because in a cage, when you hit in a cage, everything looks great for the most part, right? But the system actually, through the algorithms and everything that's been built, it'll actually translate that to on the field, which is very helpful, right, for the kids as well. Okay? So we use it in a number of ways. We use it as a baseline testing to see where your kid is. There's over I think 100,000 kids in the system across the country. So you can compare where your son is age level wise to other players around the country as far as raw data, strength, right? Exit velocity, distance, things like that. It allows us to do it as part of our personal instruction. So we can put a guy there, look at his data, sit with the student, look at the video, we can draw on the video, we can email it to them, and then we can also then go back and look 2 months later where you were as a player and where you are now, right? From the video standpoint and the data standpoint, right? So it's a very, very dynamic system. And if anybody watched the Astros game 2 days ago, when Altuve was hitting three home runs in a game, they showed on his swing the ball with the red tracer, the exit velocity, the launch angle, the distance. That's the system that we have. The same one that they use, right? Starting this week, we'll be putting out a schedule. We can host 4-on-4, 5-on-5, 3-on-3 tournaments. They play a 6-7 inning game. We keep stats. It'll be in here on the TV, so you can see little Johnny is 1-for-1, man on first in Astros Stadium. And as soon as he hits the ball out there, you'll see what happens on the field, right? So it's a good opportunity for us to kind of get some competitive kind of entertainment stuff going. But then also our HitKing New Jersey teams and our Massachusetts teams, we're lining up games with our HitKing Katy teams, so we can play online against each other, right? So it's pretty cool. We had a parent try to sign up for a class September 27th, no, I'm sorry, October 3rd, but their start date was September 8th. So they had already used their 2 classes, so it tried to charge them for the 3rd class. And they didn't understand why. Well, we went back and looked at the system. The monthly credits that you get for classes, if you have gold or above, is based on your contract date. So whenever you redeem that academy membership, it's 30 days, it's a month based on that date, okay? So just a heads up, if you go to try to book your class, keep in mind it's your start date, not the calendar month, okay? So let me move into just a couple kind of expectations that we have, right, for our parents. So number one, during practice and games, we do not want parents communicating with the players once they start practice, once they start game, right? Like, please try to just let them play, right? We've already seen a couple instances with new people in our program that have come to the dugout during the game and want to talk to a certain player about their at bat that they just had, or the fact that you just walked 2 guys. Like, the reason why we do this is because it's better for the player to just play, right? So once the game starts, or once practice starts, they should already have their water, they should already have everything they need, their snack. If they, like, my son's diabetic, right? So I say snack, he has to have it, right? So they should already have everything they need. They should already have all their gear. There's no reason why really a parent has to come to the dugout or to the fence while they're on deck, right? Or talk to them while they're on the field warming up, or down in the bullpen getting ready for the game. Like, so please just drop them off, go sit in the stands, cheer them on, and let them play, right? As a player, the player's going to play better when they can just focus on inside the fence, okay? Cheer from the stands, please. We love to hear the cheering, and especially when we have 8 teams out there tomorrow. I love the red and white going nuts. It's awesome, right? But what we don't want is instruction shouting from the stands, right? And in a lot of cases, we have moms that go to their personal lessons, right, and know what they should and shouldn't be working on, have talked to their instructors and know what we're trying to do with them about adjustments and things like that. We have dads that do the same. We have moms and dads that work with their sons, right, in here, at home. And a lot of parents kind of can pick up some things that they are or are not doing, right? We appreciate that. However, it's confusing when they're at the plate and a parent is yelling to stay on the baseball or watch the outside pitch or any of that kind of stuff, right? Just cheer, please, but no instruction, right? Leave that to us, okay? Umpires, we haven't had much of a problem with this. I've never had a real problem with this. But umpires are off limits, right? So if umpires make bad calls, which if you play in a U-Trip tournament, there's going to be several in a game, right? Let us handle that, okay? So umpires are off limits, please. That just makes our job harder. And it's probably going to get your kid, strike zone squeeze if he's a pitcher. And now all of a sudden he's calling this far off the plate because the parents are screaming at the umpire, right? Arrival and departure. So we have told all of our players they are not, especially the older guys, this happens a lot at the older level, not to get dressed at the field. Okay? So we go to all these showcase tournaments. Last summer we were at Dallas Baptist, we were at TCU, we were at Houston, we played at Rice, we played at San Jack. 14U level and up, it must be cool to show up in your shorts and get dressed in the dugout because all the teams do it, right? Not us. Okay, not us. Because one of the kids in our program showed up to Premier Baseball at a showcase event this summer. And he walks up with his slide flip-flops on. He's got his HitKing's jersey, shirt untucked, belt hanging open, and he walks up the ramp. And little did he know he just walked by the head coach of Baylor, right? So I pulled him aside. We had a little conversation, but he had no idea he just walked by the head coach of Baylor. And I can tell you he's off the list, even if he was good. He's off the list, right? So we expect our guys to come dressed, be prepared. For the younger guys, we expect our kids to carry their own equipment, right? Your son will be pulled aside and have a discussion with the coach if we see mom or dad carrying his equipment, right? That's his stuff, okay? Put an extra belt in his bag, but other than that, we expect them to be prepared, okay? So, let the kids carry their own equipment, please, okay? Communication is the last thing I got here, and then we're going to talk about innovative in the lab and how this is all coming together. So the last thing, communication. We're asking that if you have an issue or you have a question or you need something handled by the organization, please email your coach only, right, about what you need. And then from there, internally, we meet every week. All the coaches meet every week. So every coach knows if I have a parent on my team that emails me about an issue with Mind Body or the app or a class or they got overcharged for something, I know who to go to internally, right? So does Coach Clapp, so does Coach Masker. They know if a parent, sent the payment in and it didn't go through, or they had credits from last year, or they need a jersey or a new hat. And all the staff knows who's handling those various issues, right? So what we want to cut down on or the other coach's copy. And then now everybody's thinking, well, he'll take care of that, or he'll take care of that, or he'll take care of that. And then you as the customer have a delay in getting what you need, right? So the fastest way, contact your head coach. They'll get whoever is responsible internally involved, and we can take care of what you need as quick as possible. Okay? All right, so lab and innovative addition. So our goal as a company has always been to provide everything to our athletes that I had in college and I had in professional baseball, right? So once you get to college, there's three kind of areas of which play a part in your success as a college athlete. You have your team, so your baseball team and coaches. You have your strength and conditioning group that the team, right, all the teams in the athletic department rely on to take care of your progression in the strength and agility and performance category. And then you have your medical staff, right, which help prevent injuries, and then if there is an injury, help you get back on the field as quick as possible, right, and safely. So taking that approach, we have always, as part of our business plan, had these three prongs in our business plan to pull together to provide to our clients, because it is a huge benefit if you're 8 years old all the way through professional life, right? You just vary the program or plan based on age and ability, okay? So that's what we've done. So in the West Houston area, the two most prominent names, in our opinion, were the Innovative Sports Medicine Group and Performance Lab, right? So we've, as you see, now partnered, and we are taking everybody with us over to the new facility, okay? We've modified the drawings of the new building and the facility to accommodate the three prongs of our business for the benefit of the athlete and the families of the athletes, okay? Just want to let everybody know, we have started construction and we're full board, right? So we're looking at about 7 months based on weather, right? Thank you. So another reason why I had to hire Paul, because I will be a construction manager as well. Right? So again, the whole goal here is to provide everything to the highest level to our athletes, right? All of our players throw a lot Saturdays and Sundays. Everything's crammed in on the weekend, right? So Mondays we have a class that's an arm care Monday to allow your son to come in, and it'll go like this. They show up for the class. We have a lab representative, a lab trainer on site to stretch them, go through active motion, right, to get loose. Then our baseball coach is on site for light catch. And I'll get to why this is applicable in a second. Then our athletic trainer will do conditioning to start to get the blood flow right through the body, to flush out the lactic acid, which starts the arm recovery process. And then they come in, and with our lab trainer or the medical staff, they do their arm care program with bands, right? Small weights, internal, external, rotator cuff, weighted ball exercises, right? To help build stability. It mirrors the exact same thing I did in college and pro ball. So after I would pitch, the next day I would stretch, light catch, and run. And then I would get my drill work in 2 days later or a day later, and I would throw a light bullpen, and I would be ready to go, okay? So for the pitchers and catchers, we have that already set up. If you notice, our pitching class is on Thursday, and another class, I believe, on Tuesday, arm care Monday. So to go through the process, if you wanted to do that, arm care Monday, drill work Tuesday, bullpen Thursday, be ready to go on the weekend, right? So there's a reason why that's there if you want to take advantage of that whole program. Or you can just take advantage of a piece, or not at all, right? the benefits of, you know, the arm tear stuff, even at a young age, right, create stability to prevent injury. Okay, so we have that now, which we're really excited about. Okay. Game changer. So the lab already has the game changer program. It's set up to increase an athlete's lateral movement, explosive movements.
Explosive speed, like the agility, changing direction. You want me to just jump in?
Sorry, this is Uchenna.
My name is Uchenna Agu. I'm one of the partners of the Athletic Performance Lab. Just a little bit about me. Ran track at University of Oregon, All-American, Olympic qualifier, all of that. And several years ago, after completing a show called The Amazing Race, I joined up with Trace Boyd, who is our founder, and he put together the lab. He's a chiropractor by profession, but he's also an avid sportsman. And coming together and putting together the Athletic Performance Lab was really to create a sport agnostic facility to teach speed, agility, direction change. We started 5 years old all the way up to the pros. So currently, a lot of football players in their off season come and train with us. They do prehab and rehab work with innovative sports medicine. So they kind of stay with us because we focus on the off the field, everything that prepares the athlete to go and be with the coaches and play whatever sport they play. Our trainers, all certified and have experience. In fact, out there you'll see Coach Kelly, who strength and conditioning coach for U of H, Texas Tech. Young guy, but he has a lot of baseball experience, certified up and down in kinesiology and the different things that the mechanics of being an athlete.
Real quick, if I may, for the baseball side, right? So Ryan was on the strength and conditioning staff at Texas Tech in 2014 when Texas Tech went to the College World Series, right? He also was a strength and conditioning guy for Marucci. So he has, right, the baseball background. So just wanted to
That's great. I have that. Where was I? So at the end of the day, this union between HitKing and the Athletic Performance Lab is really about you and your athletes. Having the academy provide the full spectrum to project them forward down into the deeper levels, which is I think you all want to see them play in college, and you want to see them, those that make it play in the pros. So that's why we're here. We have programs that we're integrating into the HitKing program, the Game Changer, which again, during the course of the week, your athlete needs to know how to exchange direction and move laterally with explosiveness. Coming off a hit, getting to first base faster than anybody else. All those things are taught. That's why we put the field out there. I don't know if you had the tour yet, but that's why we put the grass field out there, the turf out there, so that they can experience and create the kinetic memory to do all those things naturally. So now they can go to their coaches and learn to catch and learn to hit and do all that other stuff, but the mechanics of movement is already there. The Athletic Performance Lab was built with the thought of the athlete from the inside out, believe it or not. As a doctor, Mr. Boyd saw the value of recovery and treatment, because injury is a natural part of life, not just athletics. We just put ourselves just a little bit closer to the injury line when we're out there putting it all out on the field. So innovative sports medicine was designed purely, if you saw our other facility, you could walk right from the turf right into rehab, right inside the same thing. We're incorporating that same design here. So you have everything, you have your prehab, your rehab, and all those things. And I'm going to let doctors Longoria and Longoria speak to that. We're excited. We're really excited to be a part of this this partnership. And I'm going to let Innovative Sports Medicine come forward and talk about what they do. A lot of stuff to do. But thank you for your time.
I'm Dr. Joe Longoria. I am one of the doctors here at Innovative Sports Medicine. Before I get started, I just want to talk about how excited we are to partner with you. They'll have some wonderful coaches, real passionate, they know a lot, and partner with them to provide medical service for really excited about it. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what we have to offer, both from the inside and the outside. We're going to talk about some case studies that we've been working on and how we can help you as a child. So our medical service, the big thing we have going on now is the prehab. As doctors, our main concern is we want to prevent everything. I don't want to see your kid when he's already been ill for a while and you want to get him back next week. We want to kind of do those things as we're going. We're in the same building. Everybody's under one roof here. We have everything that we need to in one building, so we want to be able to see everybody there. So some of the procedures that we perform, active release is a big one. I'm not sure if you've heard of this name or not before, but it's a way of reducing muscle tension. It's really big in the pros. Throwing all weekend or playing double hitters on Sunday. By Monday morning, those kids are hurting. Whether it's a tight muscle or whatever it is, we want to make sure we can take care of that before they're starting the week. That's why we developed this arm care and recovery Monday program. So we want to get them recovered after the weekend, going into Monday fresh as they can. So a little bit of what Ryan said, what we want to do, we have resistance bands, weighted balls. Why we want to do those things is we want to keep the muscle working, but we don't want to use 25-pound weights. This is recovery. We want to make sure we have the biomechanics down, so going into the week we know that the muscles go to perform as it should. Electrical muscle stim is another thing that we use, which is to help reduce inflammation in the area. If it's the right shoulder, if it's the right hander, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. It's repetitive. Increasing blood flow to an area is going to reduce tension in that area. It's also going to pump out lactic acid, so we got to feel it as much as we can. Again, Recovery Monday is to take a proactive step in everything. Okay, they're going to be Mondays. They're going to be 4 times on Mondays, working in hour slots, starting at 5, which are available on MindBody, so you can sign up for. Dr. Longoria, Dr. Longoria and I are going to be overseeing it all, of course. And at that time, if we're peeking in on something, we see something is, maybe an activity is not performed correctly, at that time we can talk. We can talk about maybe we need to come for a more one-on-one visit, or just a different way of doing something. We're available at all times for that. Next thing we also offer is sport and school physicals. I'm sure your kids have all had their physical already because they are into athletics, but just from our point of view, our physicals are a little bit different. I think because of the age group we treat. We see kids under 18 that's pretty much our practice. So we kind of go into a physical with a different mindset. We're looking at analysis, we're looking at ligaments, muscles, tendons, all of those things, maybe a little bit differently because we treat athletes all the time. So we do have that service available when we don't need that again. The medical and the physicals are what we do on the outside. Again, it's all preventative work on the outside, but a big part of what we look at too is preventative from the inside. I'm going to show you 2 of our panels we have to offer. We offer pretty comprehensive blood panels here. When I say comprehensive, sometimes people get blood work done when somebody's already going on. You're having a digestive issue, or you're already anemic, or you have chronic fatigue, or hormones are a little imbalanced. We take that preventative step to kind of do it before all that gets there, so we can treat it a little bit more quickly. There are no age limits on blood work. When we do physicals and talk, we always recommend blood work about once a year, no matter how old the person is. Because again, if we can take a step and catch something a couple months before that iron level is too low or that vitamin D is too low, then we can start treating it quicker. We test in 6 months, and then we can see results quicker than that. So again, blood work is comprehensive. It is covered by insurance, which is another thing because it's a wellness panel. Blood work is drawn here, sent to our lab, we come back in a couple weeks, and we do have a nurse practitioner here also. So Dr. Rich, who's our nurse practitioner, who can prescribe anything if you need to go the medical route, you can have an injection, you can see any of that. Again, we have everything under one roof as far as medical wise.
Madam, I might add that does not exclude you. Okay? So feel free to use those services as parents affiliated with the overall organization.
Sure. You guys spend just as much time here as your kids do, but even the medical services, we're here too. If there's something going on that, you want looked at, or that conversation of nutrition or whatever, stop by. We're here. We're here for the parents as well as the kids.
Are you taking all types of insurances?
Yeah, so typically what we'll do is, we'll always verify beforehand. So if there's a copay, if it's covered 100%, everything's done before anything is drawn or if it's swap is done, for sure.
You're not a gold or above, and you're silver or bronze, and you wanted to sign up for one class, you have a single class price. So if you wanted to go to Game Changer on a random Thursday, you book it, you pay the one class price, not the whole 119. So if you have that level, those levels of membership, you can book a Game Changer class, you can book a arm care class that is part of your class credits that are included in the month, right? If you wanted arm care because he threw a lot this weekend, on Saturday maybe he pitched 3 innings, right? And Sunday morning he caught one game and you were like, man, he's ramping up on his throws. You're in the stands and you would say, I want him to go through the arm care program tomorrow, and you book it. If you have credits, you can use them. If not, you just pay the one price for the class, right?
And online, it's like what the one price is.
Yes, ma'am. Now, if for the Game Changer though, the reason why we offered it for the month, right, is because they were already doing that, and it allows for 119, up to 28 sessions a month, right? So to keep that similar, that's that part.
Okay. So then, like, how does HitTrax fit in there as far as a fee? I mean, how if I would want Tyler to do Game Changer, and then I also want him, like the question was asked down here, how do I get him in HitTrax, say, once a week?
So Paul and Rich are putting together the HitTrax program.
Okay.
If you wanted to come throw to him and just collect data, it would be like a very small fee just for the use of the system. That's it.
Okay.
And then you would get all the data emailed to you, the video, etc.
Okay.
If you wanted one of our instructors, to analyze his swing and mechanics and work on changing some things to improve, then that's basically like a lesson.
Okay.
With HitTrax with it.
So as far as putting a package together, I guess I'd come talk to Paul, make sure we got the right annual.
The HitTrax program, we're going to be introducing our program with it this week.
Right.
So we'll have different packages that involve lessons, being able to have data collection sessions. So that's all going to go out this week.
Okay. Like I talked to you this week, Ashton and I were just about to go hire a private track coach for Tyler's running. So now, lo and behold, it's right here. So fantastic.
That's right. Yep. So initially, that clear it up?
Yes, sir.
I just want to follow up on everything. I'm assuming that everybody here, you have your son playing here because you think we can make him better. And part of the reason that we can make your son better is the resources that we have. And if you look around between this, our HitTrax, this building, our staff, we have resources at your disposal that nobody else has. But all of that means nothing if you don't use them. So if you are here just to play on one of our teams and not use any of these resources, to be honest, you're wasting your money. You're better off playing for somebody else. But if you're going to come in here and use the resources, I promise you your kid's going to get better. But you got to use the resources. It's just that simple.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of bronze members that, it's no charge to use the facility on the weekend, right? And I know we got games on Sunday 3 straight weeks in a row. So I'm hoping next weekend when everybody's off, there's a ton of kids in here hitting next weekend because every kid in our program has that next weekend at no cost, right? So with the weekend off, hopefully a lot of our players for no charge are using the facility, right? Because again, the resources are here. We wanted to allow, certain resources to help them get better and not be a charge, obviously for business reasons. Certain ones we have to charge, right? But there's definitely an avenue to use the facility at whatever degree you can do it, right? And I'm hoping next weekend, our staff has to be here from like 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and with the facility open because a lot of kids are coming in to hit on their weekend off, right?
What happens, you know, if you notice the guys are out there waiting for their turn to take cuts, they're standing around, well, that's where we come in. Our trainers are out there doing warm-ups, they take them out to the field, warm them up, do other things instead of just standing around waiting for their opportunity to get to the cage. So we're really incorporating active experience every time we're done.
You had another question?
The only downfall there is that I see is the 24-hour sign up, because sometimes it's 9 o'clock at night on Friday and I'm like, well, we'll go throw some ball tomorrow, and I look, I'm like, oh, well, we can't do it tomorrow because it's too late.
Hey, understand, and I agree.
But I know there's reasons for it.
Well, but here's the thing, and totally straightforward, right? If I had 15 guys every Saturday and Sunday in here working, right, hitting and throwing and whatever, then I wouldn't have to worry about one person coming at 3 o'clock and me opening a facility for just one person, right?
Right,
And that's
gotcha.
what it boils down to. So the more people use the facility, the shorter that window can be,
Okay.
right? Just from a pure, you know, scheduling and cost perspective, you know, I don't want Val to sit here all day and then one person come in.
Right, I
Right.
understand.
So, you know, I mean, that's something we may be able to work around if it's a situation where you just had, you know, a personal situation that opened up and you desperately need to get in, you know, call the coach or something. But the reality is, the more people use the facility on the weekends, the more we can shorten that window.
Is there possibly a situation where we can call, talk to Val and say, hey, are you going to be here tomorrow?
I would say talk to your coach.
Okay.
Yep. Because the coaches, I mean, I've been in and out of here, you know, I got to come in and do a little bit of work, right?
Right.
Here and there. So, I mean, there's some flexibility.
Okay.
I would just say communicate,
Right.
if that's okay.
The other thing with that, with the window is, we don't really want everybody kind of booking just based on, hey, there's a bad day today. Right, I get an email every time somebody books something. A copy of the receipt gets sent to me. The first weekend at Katy National, I mean literally like time work. That with the end of each game, my phone was blowing up with people booking lessons because so-and-so had a bad day at the ballpark. That's not what we want. We want our players getting into, we try to preach to them, have a routine. Right, so no, well, hey, Monday, Wednesday, Friday I hit. Tuesday, Thursday I pitch. And it doesn't matter what I did Sunday. That's what I'm gonna do next week. Doesn't matter because if they had a good day, well, it's not gonna be, well, we have to work less next week. It's gonna be the same work. So this notion of booking, and I understand, you guys, you know, you have other kids, you have other responsibilities, other things going on. But we will certainly try to accommodate single situations. If you shoot me an email or shoot your coach an email, we'll try to accommodate. But as a general policy, we'd like to see you book things earlier because we want to see our players have a routine.
Ryan, is there any way we can get a full roster with phone numbers and emails? Because like, I'm with Todd here. I don't know everybody on our team, but there could be a Friday night, Todd could send out an email and say, hey guys, what if we go tomorrow to HitKing's at 1 o'clock? How many of y'all can come? And we could meet as a group. I think it builds up team character and the guys learn each other's strength as far as throwing, catching, who throws which way, you know.
Yep. So I would say, talk to, you're on John. I'd say talk to John. He may want you guys to create like a little WhatsApp group or something like that. That's what I've done in the past with the parents on my team. I'm like, hey, you know, for rides and, you know, going to eat after and or doing that kind of stuff. Or if a dad wanted to throw extra BP at the cage after the game or whatever, you know, typically the easiest way would be WhatsApp or something like that.
Okay.
Is what the parents I've always coached typically use for that team-only communication, you know.
Can I make a comment to you, man? I've been doing this longer than any of these guys. I have a son who's playing in college, and my daughter's a freshman playing softball. So I've been through this world that you're in. And what typically happens is if everybody performs pretty well, then the chemistry gets a lot better.
Yeah.
Right? So to Paul's point, I understand what you're saying to get people together and things like that. But the more consistent, committed effort everybody can have to becoming a better player,
Mm-hmm.
and then you win more, and then the camaraderie and everything else feels better, right?
It falls in place.
Yeah, and so, and then the other part of that is there you start to feel some level of, hey, the whole team's getting together for, I got to do that, and that can cause some problems as well. From a pressure standpoint, we all have different schedules and different things. So while I do understand that part of it, it's, you know, I don't know that everybody wants all their information being sent out.
No, that's why I said the
Yeah,
parents
that's the
do it
other
on their own.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then that way we're not
It's
sending
not
out
really,
stuff.
yeah, we shouldn't be the vehicle for that. If you want to say hi to everybody at the game and collect phone numbers and stuff, that's cool,
Yeah.
right?
That's the way my parents have always done it.
Yeah.
And then that way I'm not involved really. That way
Right.
I'm out of the loop. It's your own deal. You know, the communication, if everybody wants to go on WhatsApp and talk about how bad I am or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, no, hey, send me that link, because I want to get on.
I would get off that lane. No drama.